Hello, it is me, Atari HMB, and although not an anime misconception, we will be talking about a misconception. Who was stronger, Goku or Gohan? I've actually wanted to have this discussion before because I've noticed a lot of people have always thought Gohan was stronger. Now with that opening premise, you probably can already guess who I believe is stronger. In reality, yes, the short answer is Son Goku. But in this video, we'll go over the long answer with a variety of different levels of argumentation in order to present that form of premise. So let's begin. Before we get started, one should know why most of the community believes Gohan is stronger. It is because it is stated from Toriyama that Gohan is the strongest unfused fighter. However, this was never stated, as far as I'm concerned, and I was never able to find such a review or statement. In addition to that, it's nothing more but propaganda if Gohan is really stronger. They based this off of several premises of what happens in the series, or I should say, context clues that we are supposed to presuppose on what the characters are stating. To begin with, Goku did state that against Piccolo, Gohan can beat you now, implying he didn't want to fight him, and then there's another case where Goku says we can't beat them or Majin Buu will kill us now, implying that Super Buu is enough to still kill them. By these two statements, it's implied Gohan and Gotenks are the more superior fighters. However, I'm going to show how the series somewhat retcons and overwrites that in a few cases. So to begin with, one should know that Toriyama is known for writing Death of the Author based storylines, as well as pretty much he loves the contradictory stuff. So we're going to overall look at some of the things as to why Goku is stronger than Gohan. Undeniably. So before beginning this video, as a disclaimer, again, this is based on the evidence I provided. Please do not try to create any hate in the comment section below against others who may agree with me or anything else. If you don't agree with this, you might as well click off right now. But this is a video that's not made for people who have bias, but made for people who have an open mind and is willing to see that perspective. So let's begin. Oh, and one more shout out, thanks to Andre Strozier again, a DBZ supporter who has always been helping me in finding the scans necessary to come up with these variety of argumentation. So where do we begin? Let's start off with the fact that Goku, in reason number 1, stated that he could have actually defeated the fat Majin Buu. You know, the fat Majin Buu who beat base Gotenks. Anyway, Fat Majin Buu overall was stated to be defeatable by Goku, and Goku said, I wanted to let the new generation take care of themselves. This is important here because this explains 3 reasons as to why Goku A, didn't want to really get involved when Piccolo came, and B, also why Goku literally let himself not defeat that Buu, which was kind of stupid, but it's Goku. I mean, he's a flat character. I mean, Totally Not Mark explained that very well. Goku, as a flat character, literally allowed Frieza to get full power, Cell to get full power. I mean, the list goes on. Continuing on forward, let's go to reason number 2. Reason number 2 being Gohan, understanding the severity of the situation and knowing that the Earth could be destroyed again, literally said, oh, well, we gotta give them all we can with the Genki Dama energy, right? Because Vegeta did state, we'll take all their energy up to their limits. Well, what does this tell you as a viewer? It should tell you that even Gohan, with all his energy combined with Vegeta and the many others, was not enough to beat Kid Buu. Now you might be saying, well, how does that make sense? Well, that goes into reason number 3, Kid Buu is stronger than Super Buu, because again, Kid Buu suppressed himself. His chi was rising, yet it never went down. There was no context or anything to infer it went down. So for those who think it literally just meant, oh, it rose for his buff form only, no, it rose, it spiked, and it never pretty much went down. And if it did went down, it's because he suppresses himself, because Goku states he's just playing around. Which leads me to the next reason, as to reason number 4. Reason number 4 being, oh yeah, this Kid Buu, I want you guys to understand something important about him. It's that he literally was stated to be the most troublesome, or I should say strongest Majin Buu, period. So not only was this the strongest Majin Buu in the anime version, but they're pretty much trying to clarify any points the manga may have not made. Why? Because even in the manga, that same Ultimate Gohan Genki Dama context is still visible, so it's still implying that he's above Super Buu at the very least. And although we know the other Boos are stronger, they're only mentioned one time, where this Boo is mentioned several times. So with that in mind, the majority rules. So this Kid Buu may have been the strongest one when he's unsuppressed. After all, he is considered the most powerful Majin, literally over and over and over. Which allows me to go into reason number 5, which we go over to some other cases where things have occurred before. Let's look at the fact that Goku said, "We need Potara to defeat him." Goku underestimated him, as I stated earlier, and got ahead of himself. I mean, he literally said, "I could never beat Buu," but fought, Super Buu in his stomach as Super Saiyan, and could win Super Saiyan 3, but he didn't. But, that's Goku for you. Reason number 6. Gotenks and literal Dragon Ball Super anime and manga state that, sometimes I think Mom is the strongest in the world rather than you. Goten recognized what Majin Buu's power could be. Goten knew how strong Gohan was, yet he still thought that Goku was stronger overall. And this didn't even take that much longer afterwards. So unless you're going to say, well, Gohan maybe was like 10% stronger than Goku, there's pretty much no argument to this besides speculation. In addition to that, Gohan was barely stronger than Gotenks Super Saiyan 3. It's literally stated from Gotenks himself, who can compare his power. But I digress to reason number 7. Toriyama in an interview implies that, well, the smaller ones are usually the stronger ones, but also saying, I think Goku, the purest and strongest in the universe. Goku is number 1 after all. Toriyama is literally implying that Goku is literally one of the strongest in the series. But you might be saying, well, that's end of series. Well, I'll give you reason number 8, which now we tackle into anime territory, which occurs in Kai as well. The fake Super Warriors. Reason number 8 is the fake Super Warriors were literally coming from Buu's memory, was stated to be out of the power that is on par with the real counterparts, and when defeated, they immediately revived. When he saw them, Goku realized right away they were fakes. This implies Goku, in base form and Super Saiyan alone, is able to defeat Ultimate Gohan for the anime, and as well as Gotenks, because Vegeta Super Saiyan beat Gotenks. And that may explain to you why I say Goku is stronger, because if Vegeta can beat Gotenks Super Saiyan 3, as only Super Saiyan, grade 4 at least, and can go Super Saiyan 2 on top of that, yet he literally says, was Kakarot really fighting this Buu? It implies Goku fought a stronger Buu, as I've proven earlier, and also proved that Goku beat Gohan earlier, and also proves Goku is stronger overall. And this is consistent because we see in Dragon Ball Super, for the anime, movie, and manga, yes, this is reason number 9, Vegeta literally was shown to be stronger and put up a better fight than even Goku. But mainly the reason I bring this up is because he showed to put up a better fight than Gotenks and Gohan anyway, because he was the only one who squared up with Beerus, and Beerus took more hits to take him out. Even though Beerus bodied him, it still showed that he was more experienced and a better fighter. If you want supporting details, let's look at the menu log at episode 268, where it says, an amalgamation of Goku, who had trained in the next world, and Vegeta, who had died fighting Buu, gained an increase in power by returning to life. Reason number 10, it's literally stated that these are the greatest warriors from Elder Kai, and the living and the dead. He knew Gohan wasn't yet dead yet, so because Gohan wasn't technically dead, and they wanted to save him because they had a plan to begin with, this shows that Elder Kai acknowledged that these two were the strongest, which leads me to reason number 11. Herms recently posted, there was a V-Jump guide that stated that, well, Gohan was on the par with Super Saiyan 3 level. And although I disagree with that to an extent, I believe Super Saiyan 3 is maybe comparable to a suppressed Gohan, not an all-out enraged Gohan, but a suppressed one, which is pretty logical. The reason I bring this up is because Gotenks was not really able to fight against Super Saiyan 3 and one-shot him the way he just swagged on Gohan. He broke Gohan's ankles pretty badly. But when he fought Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Goku landed a few hits on him. Not much, but a few. In addition to that, Goku decided, hey, let's fight Gohan in Super Saiyan form. Goku lands a hit and even makes him bleed. And Vegeta is like, okay, well, yeah, we'll fight him in this form. And most will say, well, isn't that only the Dragon Ball Kai? Well, it still somewhat occurs in Dragon Ball Kai, as there's still battle damage, so keep that in mind overall that, yeah, this is pretty much confirmation that they're much stronger than Gohan and Gotenks and the others. It's even implied Vegeta didn't even want their help when it came to the Genki Dama, or, well, at least he didn't want their help when it came to hands combat, because he knew Gohan couldn't do crap to him, and he knew that Gotenks couldn't do crap, and he already knew how powerful Gohan and Gotenks were. He fought their illusions, right? And even in the manga where he didn't do that per se, he still kind of had a grasp of how strong Gohan was. So mostly, what am I saying here? Well, what I'm saying is a lot of people really think that these guys aren't that strong, and the truth is, well, they're a lot stronger than you think. I mean, it stated Goku was at full power. He couldn't defeat Kid Buu. So what makes you think Gohan can really do it? Gohan really can't. He wasn't really shown to be stronger than Goku. People just assume he is because of this one statement, which is pretty much contradicted to itself because Goku probably was being childish and just wanted to fuse because that's Goku. He always is like, let's fuse. And could show you also that Toriyama at the last minute most likely wanted Goku to be the strongest. It's a last minute thing that Toriyama does, which kind of supports the whole, oh, I like contradictory stories. So I hope this explained everything I could to you guys. I mean, there's a bit more to the argument, but I hope this gave you a little bit more of justification as to why this is pretty much the case. I want you to understand as well that, as one adventure in the manga corresponds to about 10 minutes of animation, since one episode comprises an average of 30. The series of Dragon Ball would have passed by very quickly. The team of animators therefore had to insert some original story. I admire what they do and have done. And Toriyama quotes, Dragon Ball, it's the anime and the manga. So Toriyama considers the anime canon and had supervision on the anime and wrote some of the filler and other story arcs. This is important because Gregory doesn't appear in the manga for Dragon Ball Super, but he appears in the anime for Dragon Ball Super, implying that each is canon to their own. So you can also argue that. Maybe you can argue Ultimate Gohan had an edge in the manga, but there's no denying that Ultimate Gohan was far weaker than Goku in the anime. Far weaker. But yeah, I mean, it may sound controversial because we have a lot of Gohan fans, even though I myself am a very big Gohan fan, but I just wanted you guys to have an understanding of where I'm coming from. This is not intended to make people angry or have any form of bias. We just want some accuracy to be spread amongst the community. So if anyone's ever been telling you Gohan is stronger, please show them this video and be sure to give a like, comment, and subscribe your thoughts. And this has been Atari HMB, and with that, I'm signing off. Peace.